Hey everybody, Little Wolf 99 here, finally back for another video, and thought I'd do a little something different today. So the plan for this video is we're gonna turn this plain old 76 Ford pickup. Currently has a 352 FE V8 engine from one of my Ford truck engine mod packs that I've been kind of working on off and on that I still haven't finished. Maybe one day I'll finish it and release it. But anyway, we're going to do a little playing around with it today here in this old pickup. We're going to see if we can build us a pretty hot little drag truck. So anyway, I guess without further ado, first thing we're going to do is give her a run and see what kind of time we can post. So I guess let me pick an opponent that I might have a chance against, and we'll give her a run. For those that haven't played this game, the West Coast map has this really cool little challenge marker thing here where you can drag race actual vehicles, other vehicles, and they'll like actually race you. So the first things first, we're gonna pick an opponent. So let's go with something plain. I've got a lot of mods here. Let's just go with this car here. This is just a stock small block muscle car thing. So surely we'll have a chance against that. All right, so it's race time. Do a little tiny burnout there. All right, let's stage. The cool thing about this game is that the lights and everything really works. It's almost like real drag racing. Gotta ease up real slow now. There we go. Oh, we're neck and neck. Well, they got me right there at the end. Reaction time wasn't bad at all, but it looks like we run about a 15.3 at nearly 82 miles an hour. So, I mean, that's not the best. It's not terrible. All right, we run 15.3 at 82 miles an hour. Let's see what we can do with this old truck here. So if anybody hasn't ever played this game before, this here is the vehicle configuration menu. And out of every game I've ever played, this is probably the most in-depth configuration menu and tuning menu of anything I've ever seen. Pretty cool. So anyway, for now we're going to stick with the factory engine here. But one thing we are going to go ahead and do, we're going to go through this thing, do a little stage 1 performance job there. We'll go ahead and put our a race intake on it because why not? And I think we're going to go ahead and do exhaust. Now for the exhaust, we're just going to run open headers with header tips. So we'll just empty this slot up here. She's now a little louder and she got that pop and crackle. So yeah, that's something I kind of added into the mod. When you run dual exhaust, you get a lot of pop and crackle, especially on like deceleration when you downshift and stuff like that. These old Ford pickups do that when you put dual exhaust on them in real life, and I kind of wanted them to do that in games. So that's the goal of the Ford engine packs anyways, to be as realistic as possible. So they use real torque curves and actually make the real amount of horsepower and torque, the right amount of horsepower and torque at the correct RPMs that the real engine would. So they kind of behave just like the real engine would. It's really neat, kind of. I thought it was pretty neat. So I've enjoyed messing with the mods. But so anyway, for now we're running a 5-speed transmission, but I've been too lazy to make a 4-speed manual transmission, and also too lazy to try to find one that's already made. So we're just going to pretend this is a 4-speed, but something we will do, we will lighten the flywheel a little bit. That'll help us a little bit. And since we did do a little work to our truck, we're going to go ahead and put a high performance radiator in there. Yeah, so for now we're not going to touch the suspension or anything. We just kind of give it a little bit more horsepower. So I guess let's go take her over there, line her up again, and see if we can beat that car this time. Now, whenever we go to the local track, we always do a little burnout before we line up. So before we spawn the other car, we're going to go ahead and heat the old tires up. So let's go. Does a lot better now. All right, here we go. We're lining up against the same basically stock small block muscle car that we did last time, only this time we should be able to get the drop on them with the little extra horsepower we got. Get lined up here to the line. All right, we're ready to go. We're just waiting on him. No, we ain't waiting on nobody. Golly, my shifter messed up a little bit. Man, we got him by a mile. I got a little loose there at the end. Let's see. Our action time wasn't as good as last time, but we shaved like 2 seconds off of our time and gained like a good 20 miles an hour. So that's not bad. But let's try that again. If I don't wreck the poor truck here. Let's see. Is he gonna survive? Yeah, sometimes your opponent will just go flying off the end of the track and then be dead and you have to reset, but he survived, so let's pull on back around and give her a second go. Maybe this time I won't miss third gear. Yeah, I use a Logitech G29 setup with the 8-position shifter, but I've kind of put a lot of miles on this poor G29 setup, and unfortunately the shifter has kind of developed some strange issues, but it usually works okay. Every once in a while it messes me up, but I have to take her apart every once in a while and add paper shims and stuff to the sensor so it stays accurate enough to work. But anyway, I guess we're going to line up and give her another go. Our tires are already hot, so no need for another burnout or anything. We'll line right up. All right. He's staged. I'm staged. We're ready to go. I think the next thing we're going to have to upgrade is going to be the tires. Oh yeah, we're gone. All right, so we did a little better that time. Reaction time was actually a little slower, but well, I don't even remember. I don't think we really ran all that much faster, but we definitely gained nearly 2 miles an hour, so wasn't too bad. Woo! Uh-oh. Sideways, sideways. Oh, man. Well, that's a shame. All right, so now that we've shaved 2 seconds off of our time and jumped into a whole nother time bracket here, we're going to go full drag truck setup, but we're going to kind of keep it like hobbyist drag truck setup at this point, where like we got some serious stuff like line lock. We're going to go ahead and do nitrous and small tire slicks on the back, but like no roll cage, no weight reduction. We're going to leave the engine alone for now. It's got plenty of power, but we may do a little rear end work this go around, so let's go ahead and throw some nitrous on here. Let's go back here to the back. Let's see, we're running 15 by 9s. We're going to step it up to 15 by 10. Just keep our standard steel wheels there. Going to go with some 28-inch drag slicks for now on the rear. That looks nice. So that ought to keep us glued to the track, but to keep us from hopping and jumping all over the place, I think what we need to do, we need to 4-link this truck. All right, we're looking good now. We got the rear 4-linked. Let's go, long link so we can pull us some wheelies. We're gonna throw a drag sway bar on there to keep it straight. Let's see, differential. We're gonna go ahead and give her the old Lincoln locker. Weld that sucker solid. And see, we're already running 410 gears. That's pretty decent gear ratio for where we're at right now. We'll leave that alone. We're not going to touch the front tires or suspension for now. That'll be for the next go round. Let's see here. We got the line lock, we got our nitrous, and our rear suspension and tires. Now let's go on over here to the tuning side. Now let's see, we want to hit our nitrous, and when we hit second gear, we'll drop this down just to make sure it hits. And for now, I don't know why this says minimum RPM. This is actually the amount of nitrous we've got. We're just going to put it full 100-liter bottle just so we can make multiple runs without having to worry about running out. And then we'll start off with the 75 shot here and see how that does. All right, I think we're ready to go take on another challenger. First things first, though, we got to heat these new drag slicks up. So let's see if she'll still break them loose. Yeah, it'll still do it. The tires are definitely a lot stickier, so let's see what she'll do then. Alright, we've stepped our truck up pretty good, so we're going to step her on up to this 65 Mustang here that's also using a engine mod that I happen to have made. We'll see how bad this car whoops us. Alright, let's line her up against the old Mustang. Make sure we hit our nitrous there, because I have a feeling we're probably going to need it. Alright, we're staged. We're ready to go. Here we go. Alright, hard jump off the line. Definitely need a bigger shot of nitrous, and I need to not miss my shifts. Alright, we did pretty good that time. Our reaction time was almost 1/10 of a second. We shaved another second off of our overall time, and we almost hit 110 miles an hour. So the nitrous helped a little bit. I'm pretty sure the drag slicks did the most of it. But let's run him again. If I don't wreck our poor drag truck. Alright, let's make sure our opponent survives. It looks like he's not going to go flying off the end of the track, so we're good. That sure is a pretty looking car. I'd love to have one of those in real life. I have a 67 Mustang, but it definitely doesn't look like that. He's outrunning us here. Yeah, we definitely need more nitrous, and I think at this point in the game we could do a little more horsepower. Okay, let's try not to rear end him here. Come on, dude, let's go. This is a pretty truck. Alright, let's line up again. I guess we can whoop this Mustang no problem. We're going to have to find us a pretty serious competitor next go round. Alright, fella. we're gonna give you another whooping here. You let him go ahead and line up so it doesn't bug out. Sometimes it'll bug out and they'll never fully stage unless you let them stage first the second go around. So guess he's ready to go. Here we go. Oop, missed third. I'm still getting him though. Yeah, so reaction time was definitely a lot slower than last time, and I think we were a little slower overall, but not too bad. Alright, so we've done quite a bit, but this truck is still technically a street truck, so for the next stage, we're going to go ahead and turn her into a full-blown drag truck, because we're fast enough, we're just going to step on up. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and swap this motor out. We're going to step it on up to a 390. And while we're at it, we'll give the 390 stage 2 performance. Now, probably gonna need a race oil pan since we're fixing to go big boy race truck here. Now, the front suspension is twin I-beam, which would be what the truck would have had originally, but that's not very stable. So we're gonna switch to independent front suspension, something like a Mustang 2 front end. See how she sits. We don't want a differential in the front. All right, now those are some big fat tires on the front, and this is a drag truck, so we don't need those. We're gonna switch to some little skinny front tires, and since we've greatly increased the amount of horsepower we're running now, let's step on up to some 12-inch wheels. And then we'll go on up to a 31-inch drag slick. There we go. Now that fills up the wheel wells right. Yeah, so since we're getting real fast here, we're going to drop a little weight. See, we'll take the bumpers off. And we're going to need a roll cage. Alright, so we got a roll cage in her. And we're probably going to want wheelie bars. If we get rid of the passenger seat or the bench seat there and the passenger seat, we'll just run a single bucket seat. What else can we do here before we go into the tuning stage? I think we're about good, so let's move on over here to the tuning side. Let's give her 100. Well, let's give it 200 shot of nitrous there, and the rear height is fine. Dude, we're gonna give it race coilovers and a sport front sway bar. Kind of try to keep us on the track. I did forget about that, so I think she's sitting pretty. About time to try to go whoop a real drag car. All right, so let's see what this old thing will do. All right, so we got us a line lock now we can use while we do our burnout. And boy, she will still get it. Golly. This truck's gonna be a pretty nasty contender, I have a feeling. Alright, so I was gonna try to race an actual full-blown drag car, but I forgot that BeamNG has broke the forced induction with the latest update, so none of those work. So I guess we're gonna see what this Street Strip 67 Mustang that I have preset will do. Man, that roll bar is almost in my way. Well, that was not the best start. man, all that upgrades, I would have expected a little bit more power, but I mean, we did step it up a little bit. Our reaction time wasn't half bad. We crossed the line doing 120 nearly at 11.5, and that was faster than that Mustang. But I think I can do a little bit better than that. So let's go for another round. If I don't wreck the old truck here. Let's see. Let's make sure he makes the turn. Oh, you're going a little hot there, buddy. He's all right. Man, that roll bar is really in my face there. About didn't make my turn either. Come on, Mustang, let's go. Come on. This truck looks like it means business. Let's look at that. Alright, let's see if we can make this turn here. We're swinging a little wide. Alrighty. Line up here again for his second butt whooping. Now we're doing pretty good. We only got beat once, and since then we've been pretty solid. All right, I'm ready for round two. I'm gonna try to launch a little harder this time. That was a little better. That's not bad. The reaction time wasn't great. About the same speed, but I shaved about 0.2 off the time, so that's not bad at all. So yeah. Anyway, there's our little drag truck build for today. I apologize for the video not being very long and not really having a whole lot in it, but after that last update, a whole bunch of stuff is broke. A bunch of my mods don't work, and I've been trying to get them back working, but I've got quite a few I need to go through, and I've been really busy with actual real life work, fixing cars in real life. So fixing cars in a video game hasn't really been a very high priority. But yeah, so. And I would have went farther with this build if I could use superchargers and turbos, but unfortunately that's broke for right now. So until that's fixed, this is about as fast as we're probably going to get. Well, I could throw another engine upgrade in it. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's go all out and give it everything I can give it. Well, as you can probably tell, it's got a different engine in it now. This actually has the 427 FE engine out of the engine pack in it now with a stage 3 performance package. So yeah, this thing's got a lot of go. It'll do third gear burnout donuts. Alright, it'll also instantly overheat just about, so let me drop another radiator in it real quick. Alright, so now we got us a proper radiator, so let's get lined up and see what kind of time this thing will run. Alright, so we're going to run a practice mission just to get a time on this thing, since I know there's no vehicle that would even come close to what this thing would run without a supercharger. So I guess let's see what she'll do. And you know you're fixing to get beat when the thing rolls up to the line like that. I don't know if the tree's gonna run or not. Golly. Holy cow, I wasn't expecting that. Let me give that another try. Alright, we're gonna try that again, but this time outside so I can see how high this thing pulls a wheelie. This thing is just nasty looking. Alright, let's see what she'll do. Well, it didn't give me a time or anything, but holy cow. Alright, we're gonna try one more time, but this time I'm taking this lane so I don't hit the wall. Look at this old thing, it's just ready to go. Alright, here we go. Holy crap. Well, apparently I've been disqualified. Let's try one more time and see if it'll work. Alright, let's see if the tree and everything will work this go right. Oops. Stalled my truck. Come on now. Tree's not working on this side. Maybe I just have to try to stay in my lane a little bit better. The tree gonna light up? No? Oh well. One last go. Golly, I have to let off just to keep from hitting the wall. That is insane. This truck is an absolute monster. Anyway, that's about all I've got. This is as fast as I can make it without a forced induction. I think she's plenty fast. Well, anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. That's about it for this episode. Y'all